Hello everybody, it looks like we are live. We are coming from Montezuma. Welcome. It is a, well, I don't know if you'd describe it as mild or not. It's 63 degrees according to the thermometer. Partly sunny, mostly sunny, and breezy. And it didn't seem like it was all that breezy as I drove here. But anyway, it's become breezy since I arrived anyway. And, you know, it looks like it might be a nice day. I've seen a few things. There are, you know, I'm not great with duck identification, especially, you know, if it's the female ducks or they're not in their full breeding colors. But it looks like more and more we're getting a variety of ducks around. I did see some mallards, those I could identify, but there may have also been pintails and not sure what else. I've heard some killdeer. I don't believe I've seen any other shorebirds. I've seen a number of Canada geese. Not sure how many, but quite a, you know, a fair number of them. And at least one, possibly two, I'm not going to say three, but at least one northern harrier was flying around. I haven't seen it in a while. And actually, as I drove in, I saw a peregrine falcon. And it flew in kind of low as I was looking the other way and went like over some of the birds I just mentioned, actually, and kind of startled things a bit. But then, you know, gained altitude and then flew on its way. Up in the tree up there, what do I see? Is that a crow? Yes, I see a crow. I've also seen at least one, maybe two, red-winged blackbirds, and well, a number of gulls. Not sure the kinds of gulls, to be honest. And oh, I did see a great blue heron in flight, very briefly. And there was something else I was just about to mention. I forgot what it was. Maybe it'll come to me. Anyway, welcome. Looks like it might be a nice day. Might be a little sunny, too sunny, you know. I don't know. We'll see how things work out. I don't know. I haven't seen a single red-tailed hawk today anywhere. Well, at least that I can confirm. I saw. Oh, I did see some pigeons. That's what I was thinking. Number of pigeons, probably at least a dozen. If I had to guess, I didn't count them carefully. I did see, while I was looking at the pigeons, something flying farther back. Looked like it was gliding in, but it was just too far for me to figure out what it was, and I only saw it very briefly. Oh, we have up in the air, way up in the air, I didn't see them. Probably turkey vultures, if I had to guess. Oh, not through the windshield, I guess. It looks like, by the way, there were earlier, and I didn't see them myself. I heard about snow geese that had been flying around. They said a significant flock. You know, I don't know what that means. Fairly large flock. Those could be gulls that were flying around up there. I'm not sure. But that was before I arrived, apparently. And you know, I asked, do you know where they went? And you know, no one could quite say exactly. But well, the one person, I shouldn't say no one. So who knows? We may see snow geese today. Somewhere, if we're lucky. I haven't seen, and I have a feeling they've left the area or are leaving soon. I haven't seen any ospreys today. I haven't seen any eagles today. The eagles, will stay around, but you can see that the vegetation, while it's still tall, has obviously browned quite a bit. Wait, what's that? There we go. And here's another one. You can hear Canada geese, though. Quite a few Canada geese around. Actually, a lot of these birds flying around are gulls. Who's this flying around here now? Oops. Couldn't keep focus on them, sorry. Oh, Canada geese, I think. I had to get. At the visitor center, there were, quite a few Canada geese already. They had, they were just there and resting on the ground. I took not the longest of looks, but I took a look at things there, and I decided against getting out of the car and starting there on the deck. It didn't seem like there was all that much going on, so I thought we'd just start right from the car. A couple Canada geese that just took off, and they're flying across the road. It just recently, just within the last couple weeks, there were times when we really weren't seeing many Canada geese. I think that's changing now, and we're going to see quite a few all the time, flying all around everywhere. That is a gallinule, common gallinule, and I saw somebody else back here. Who's this? Looks like a pied-billed grebe. Hi, grebe. And I don't see anything else there. Let's keep going. Hold on 1 second. Okay. There's something, and I think I've looked at it before. There's something in the over on our right, and it's white, and it's hanging from a tree. It's just some debris or something, but to the naked eye, it looks like it could be something, and I think I may have seen it before, but forgot. Okay, what was up in the air before? I guess they were gulls. I don't know if I'll be able to show them to you, but they're up in the air quite high. I don't know if I'll be able to focus on them, just because of where they are. But it seems like more than anything so far, the most activity in terms of flights are the gulls. And we have a duck here, of some sort. Let's see if I can. Looks like a mallard. Again, I've already seen a number of mallards today here. But there's no doubt. I don't think I finished my thought. A couple weeks ago, it just as it happened, we were hardly seeing any Canada geese around. They weren't quite so obvious like they had been earlier in the in the spring, for instance, when there were a lot of adults and their babies around. And but now I suspect that things will be changing, because we'll have some migrating in and through actually, and so we'll start seeing them all the time. And if the past is any indication, we'll see flocks flying every which way. Looks like another mallard. I didn't see them myself, but I know northern shovelers were around, and oh, we have an egret, great egret, right here. Now, I'm not on that side of the road, but when I just heard a gadwall. All right, let's. I'm afraid that the sun might be very, very bright on that egret, so I don't know if I'm going to switch cameras. Maybe I will. I don't want to spook it. Near it, by the way, that looks like a common gallinule right there. I don't know if we'd get a good look at the great egret there, but it's nice to see one. Just because there's vegetation, I could. Let's just leave it. I'm just going to stay with this camera here in the interest of time. There's another. I believe that's another. Yeah, it looks like another gallinule. Maybe we will try to get a look at that egret. Oh, it just now it's, well, no, okay. Looks like it was crouching down. Maybe it's not worth it with all that vegetation in the way. We have an American coot here. Looks like another gallinule. And a coot. So a couple gallinules, a couple coots, and I don't know if I can see what's back over here. Probably not. That may be where the gadwalls are, I'm not sure. As I've said before, there are always challenges here in terms of getting a look at things. Could be vegetation, it could be just the distances and the distortion you get because of those distances in the air. But we're starting to see more and more ducks come in, and I have a feeling that in the coming weeks, assuming all goes well, we'll see more varieties and hopefully huge flocks. I believe I see another gallinule very close to us here. Yes, the young gallinule. Close the other window. On the other side, I see somebody, maybe two somebodies. looks like a mallard. Let me lower that window and see if I can somehow figure out what it is. It's got its head tucked in. I have a feeling it's a male mallard. I'm not sure. It looks like one, actually, given the dark breast. Musty-ish color. Now we still have many ducks that are in their intermediate plumage, so that can be that much more difficult for me in terms of identification. Couple mallards. I've never claimed to be a bird expert, and I'm not. Not by any means. Let me see. We've got vegetation in the way, but maybe I'll get a look at things. It looks like we have a number of gallinules nearby, but there are other ducks out there. Oh, and more ducks coming in, I think. And maybe we'll take a quick look at them, even though everybody's out pretty far out there. I don't know if they took off or if they're coming in for a landing. I didn't notice them until, you know, just moments ago. Alright, let's see if we can just take a quick look. Again, we've got vegetation in our way, but let's see if we can take a quick look at what's out there with the other camera. I can hear the gadwalls. On it has been picking things up. That looks like a gadwall there. We're not getting a great look given the distances involved, but that's a gadwall. And again, we have this vegetation in the way, and that's not making things any easier. Looks like there, way in the back, kind of hidden, we have some American widgeons. Gallinule there. More widgeons. You can see that like the dark spot around the eye, and then the whitish, yellowish cap, you could say, that goes down to almost to the bill, I think. Hear a lot of Canada geese right now. I don't see them, but I hear them. Oops, sorry. For those who are unfamiliar, I mean, Montezuma is you know, a very important area for migrating birds, and it's considered one of the best migration locations in the country. Okay, we're going to move on. And, oh, what's in the air? Probably more ducks. Yes, those look like ducks. Oops. What I've seen happen in prior years is you know, in the coming weeks we'll see constantly flocks of geese flying this way and that way, and you wonder where they're going. I mean, they're not necessarily leaving, they're just probably flying within the area, and you know, it makes for some difficulty in terms of counting the geese, but it's just, overall, it's a nice thing to see. Let me leave everything in place and see if we can get to the next viewing area and maybe see something. Looks like gulls out on the water. Okay, let me just quickly show you. There are gulls out there. Yep. And that's a gadwall there. I don't know if it's doing something in pursuit of the female, or possibly. Now, you know, it's not really mating season, but I believe there are courtship rituals that take place even this early on. Courtship, pairing, etc. You're hearing the gulls. So, I mean, it looks to me, I mean, I don't know, but it looks like that male is trying to be, bond with that female and be in opposition to the other males that are out there. Oh, overhead, I believe I see. Where'd everybody go? Okay. I believe I just saw. I'm going to look at them with binoculars, so sorry if I lose sight of everything. Looks like 5 or 6 double-crested cormorants in the air. Okay, I'm glad we saw all that with the gadwalls. Kind of interesting, whatever it is. And again, it's not mating season now, but I believe, there are courtship rituals and activities that take place well before, mating season in the spring. Okay. All right. We're going to keep moving. Leave everything in place. As you drive by, if you're not looking carefully, and I'm not even looking carefully enough, you could say right now, as I drive, but, I mean, some of these, like those gadwalls, were really quite far away, and I could hardly, if at all, pick them up with the naked eye. So, I mean, sometimes you have to stop, look with binoculars or some other, or if you have a scope, use a scope, just to see if there's anything out there. Like I said earlier, I mean, when it comes to viewing things here, patience really makes a difference, and well, maybe more than anything, and of course optics and a little bit of luck sometimes. And okay, hold on one second. What do I see here closer? I see 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pied-billed grebes. Let's see if I can. We'll take a quick look at them from here. 1 second. I've got to reset things on my for viewing here. Oh, my car mirror may be in the way. Sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. And we've got vegetation ahead of us, so I have to look from here. I'm looking kind of forward. So these are the pied-billed grebes. My screen is in sunshine, so I'm having a hard time seeing if you're seeing well. More than 5, apparently. Okay, I thought I saw only 5 when I first counted. Oh no, maybe that's 5. No, 4, 5, 6. So at least 6. we won't take too long to look at them. We've seen them before, but it's just nice to see them. Again, I can't see them very well myself just because of how I'm set up here to look at them. Hey. Okay. And let me just take a quick look with binoculars, see if there's anybody else we want to look at. Not too much activity that I can see. So let's move on. I'm going to again leave everything in place. It seems like there's a lot less traffic here in terms of humans than there was last week. I mean, there were cars there when I pulled into the parking lot at the visitor center, but the prior week there were people all over the place. It wasn't just the Heronites that we saw. There were other people here as well last week. And I'm glad they, there's a fair amount to see. I'm seeing more, actually I'm not sure if they were pied-billed grebes or not, really close to the shore. I didn't get a good look at them. So, what do I see? Hold on one second. I see over on our right a turkey vulture in the air. Somebody's flying in the distance. It may be a cormorant. I'm not sure. Hold on. Not sure I can get it either. Oh, there it is. Where is it? Don't see it. It looked like one just because of how dark it was, but look can be deceiving at at long distances. When I had seen the peregrine falcon earlier, as I was driving in, I scrambled to get ready with just, actually with the other camera, not the one you're looking through now, just in case it came back down, closer to ground level, but it never did. I was hoping that maybe I would see it, actually making a hunting attempt or something. Thought that would have been interesting to see. Is that a Canada goose there in the water? Probably not. Oh yeah, it looks like it. Kind of looks small, but But again, looks can be deceiving. All by itself there. I don't see any others around. It just seems small because, well, I don't see it now. There was a gull nearby, and it seemed like the gull was pretty close to it in terms of size. Right now there's nobody else near it. Oh, and here I see a cormorant in the air right now, just gliding in. Double-crested cormorant. Right there. And in front of the cormorant, that's a pied-billed grebe. Okay, let's move on. I'm not seeing anything else that interesting from here. Let me take a look with binoculars before we move on. Well, there might be something of interest out there. I'm not sure if they're gulls or what, but or could be nothing. There's some white way out there. Looks like another cormorant right there. And there's the white. Oh. Oops. Are those snow geese? I think they are. Unless they're, yeah, I think they're snow geese. And Canada geese. I think so. They're, you know, everything there is pretty far away, but that's what they look like to me. And I'm not sure what else we're looking at. Again, everything there is very far away. And we, you know, did hear that there were snow geese around, so now I heard there was a fairly large flock. I don't know what that means. You know, a fairly large flock to me may mean something entirely different to another person. But now, we're not getting a good view just given how far they are, but it's still nice to see them. Now, what's going on around them? Looks like more Canada geese coming in. Okay, we're going to move on. But it's still good to see the snow geese. Now, as good as that is to see them, you know, I love it when we get to see the large flocks of them. You know, at least 1,000 at a time. That's a wonderful thing. Especially if they're not, you know, so far away that we really can't see them. We lucked out last year in terms of our sightings, you know, and that was after a couple years of poor luck in terms of seeing them. Here's another cormorant closer by. Oh, and it looks like it's... Wait, is that a cormorant? Where'd it go? Right there. Yes, it's a cormorant, and there's maybe that same Canada goose we were looking at before, but there's a cormorant. And in the air, in the distance, Canada geese, I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they were in the area where we were looking or if they just took off from some other place. Now, I did see one great blue heron, you know, earlier before I was finished setting up. But we haven't seen a great blue heron yet since we actually started up the tour officially. We've seen a great egret. But, you know, things are obviously changing, and they, you know, with the season, as they always do. Another gallinule here, maybe 2 of them. Young one, and another right here. Common gallinule. Switch cameras. Oh wait, yeah, more of the same, I believe. 1 second here. Yes, and maybe another one. I thought I see, yeah, a couple more. Right over here. More Canada goose activity. You can see them in flight over there, well in the distance. Whoa. And the snow geese by the looks of it. Sorry, they're... Well, hold on. Probably on the wrong camera for this. So Canada geese and snow geese. The snow geese are a little smaller than Canada geese. And I don't know if any of those snow geese, for instance, were the ones we've already seen, or if those were maybe in another area. Again, I heard that there was a fairly large flock, so maybe, you know, we had seen a few on the ground. Maybe, you know, the flock had dispersed and they were in multiple locations. I don't know. To go nearby. And none of these are close, so we're going to keep moving. And let's move on. And you know what we've seen in the past, like I've been trying to say, is that the geese will, it's getting loose. The geese will, you know, frequently, both snow geese, Canada geese, they may take off for brief periods of time, fly around a little bit, then land, maybe in the very same location or a slightly different location. But the Montezuma area is a very important rest stop for them. And it is for a lot of waterfowl, a lot of ducks, geese. It's a very special place. Shorebirds. I think I'm seeing a tree swallow or two. Well, maybe more than that. Fly around. Sorry, I know that it can be difficult to go along with this camera, but I hate to keep switching back and forth if we don't need to. Oh, I see at least a couple gray egrets by the looks of it. And some more Canada geese. We'll take a quick look. I may not be able to show you both snow geese. Oh, I'm sorry, both great egrets. I know, shouldn't confuse the two. Okay, let's just take a quick look here. We won't take an extensive one. Here are the Canada geese and a couple ducks there too. Are those shovelers? They might be. Shut off the car. Do have some vegetation in our way a little bit. Let's look at the... Hold on, let me reset things. We're going to look at the great egrets before it gets sunny again. Look at least one of them, if we can. There you are. And the other one is over here. Really are beautiful birds. That might be, as is so often the case, we have, you know, gulls and here in this pool, or this, I say this pool as if it's a separate pool. I don't know if it's actually connected to the main pool. It might be, it probably is, but I don't know. So everybody here seems pretty calm, and they're just resting by the looks of things. That does not look like a mallard. Might be a teal. Yeah, it looks like it might be a green teal, if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken. Okay, let's one more thing to look at, and then I think that's a gadwall there. And there was, I thought I saw somebody else there, and then now I guess they're out of view. Okay, let's switch cameras and let's move on. I saw the one or two northern harriers before we started while I was setting up, but I haven't seen one since. Maybe I haven't been looking, but I just haven't seen one. Some areas are you know, have a higher likelihood of seeing them than others. And for instance, over open water where there's no vegetation or very little vegetation, that's not necessarily a good spot to really see them. It's the more marshy areas and everything that they seem to frequent. I just saw a shadow. Maybe they're gulls, because there are gulls flying around. Saw what looked like a sparrow fly across the road, but I couldn't make it out. Didn't have enough of a look. I see another... Wait, what do I see? Speaking of northern harriers, this is through the windshield, so sorry about that. Maybe it'll come into view. 1 second, where to go? I have lost sight of it. This little stretch here, actually this part of this stretch here is often good for seeing the harriers. It just is. It's the nature of it, and it seems to draw them, and over the years I've seen them here. I don't see that harrier now. I thought it would, you know, I thought it was going to fly to an area so we would see it out the side windows, but I don't know, I lost track of it. Truly beautiful in flight. my rig here. Okay. Canada geese up there. And looks like a number of Canada geese are out here on this this pool. And maybe something else, I'm not sure. Let's see. Now this is again through the windshield, but we'll see if it's going to be worth checking out. I'm not sure what kind of ducks they are, but they look like ducks. If I had to guess, they're gadwalls, but I don't know. I don't know if there are any shorebirds there, but we'll try to take a look. As best we can. Let's see if we can maybe get a look at those ducks. Where'd they go? Shoot, too much vegetation. Oh, let me look with binoculars, maybe I can figure it out. They may be teals, I'm not sure. Maybe green-winged teals. Again, I'm not certain. Oh, and there are some shorebirds. I believe they sound like might be greater yellow legs. Oh, and wait, turkey vulture flying right overhead, not too high up. Looks like overhead I see 5, it looks like red-winged blackbirds. Maybe add a couple more. And a few more to that. And that's, you know, that's another thing we often see. I'm gonna set you down. You know, in the spring, sure, we see lots of red-winged blackbirds, but they're mostly, you know, 1s and 2s, but all over the place. Often in the fall, we see flocks of them. And then sometimes mixed flocks with common grackles and maybe starlings as well. Alright, let's see if we can... Oh, I see another turkey vulture in the air. I just saw it. Where'd it go? Okay, this won't be great, but we're going to take a look from here and see what we can see. Let me look with binoculars first. We're still going to have to contend with a lot of vegetation in the way. This may be better than last week, which was, for this spot, not very good. Okay, 1 second here. So, as we saw, it's mostly Canada geese here. Not thousands of them, but, you know, a few. I just heard a crow. They look like green-winged teals. At least some are green-winged teals. As for the shorebirds, from here I have not seen any, but I did see a few, and you may have even heard a few. But I don't see any now. We're gonna, I think, move on. Hold on one second. Okay, I think we will move on. This is the Bennings Marsh, by the way. I don't know if they ever drain it, but I see a wide variation in the amount of water that's here. Sometimes it's just absolutely filled with water, and then there are other times when it's just a field of mud, or even less. Okay, I think we will move on, just because from here anyway, there's not much else I can see. Like I said, I cannot see from here the shorebirds that I had seen, you know, and there were just a few of them, but I don't see them now, so let's switch cameras. Red-winged blackbirds flying overhead. I'm not sure how many, but more like the flocking behavior again that we see in the fall. Still reading according to my thermometer. Sometimes I think my thermometer just gets like stuck on a temperature, and then all of a sudden it'll change later on. It's like it doesn't bother to check or something. I don't know. But anyway, still reading 63 degrees. I'd actually say, I mean, now in some ways it's a little too sunny for my taste, but I'd actually say that it's actually a very pleasant day here. Oh, wood duck. Wood duck. A male. And I don't know if I'm going to get a good look at it. I don't want to startle it, but I'd love to get a good look at it, and we may have vegetation issues in the way. And the sun is not perfect for us, but let's give it a try. 1 second. Shoot. Oh, come on. It's now behind vegetation. There's no way I can see it. Oh well. It just swam out of view. It was a male, and I guess that is that. Anyway, by the way, I did post onto Facebook a wood duck video that I recorded at Sapsucker last Friday, or last weekend. I had been there, as I believe I mentioned, on Friday, but didn't have a tour. But I did some recording and just had a nice look. No special activity or anything. It was just nice to see the wood ducks there, and they were in full colors and everything. It was just beautiful to see. Oh, another great egret. Right over here. So far, we haven't seen together any great blue herons, but we've seen egrets. Oh, is that near? Harrier, I think. Where'd he go? I don't know if it was a harrier. I think it might have been a red-tailed hawk. I'm not sure. And I saw it land in one of the trees, but I'm not sure where it is. Hold on one second. I might know where it is. Maybe not. I'm going to set you down. I'm going to look with binoculars. I'm not sure. One second. No, I don't see it. I thought it was a harrier. It might have been a red-tailed hawk. I'm not sure. I didn't get a good enough look at it. I don't see it now. It's a hawk of some sort, almost, definitely. At first I thought it was a harrier, but it very well might have been a so important to have time and patience here. Now, you can be too patient. You could move at 2 inches an hour, and that might sound like the best way to see things, but who knows, you may be missing something ahead of you. So, you have to pace things, but more gallinules. Let's see, 3 of them at least. But my point is, don't come here and drive around at 15 miles an hour and expect 50 eagles to jump out at you and say hello. I mean, sometimes you need to look at things, or look very carefully. Okay, let me look at things and see if there's anything worth looking at. like Canada geese in the distance and some gulls a little bit closer, but there's nothing here. Oh no, a couple ducks on the water. And maybe, looks like a couple pied-billed grebes. I'm not sure what kind of duck that is, and I'm not sure I'm going to get a good look at it because of the vegetation. It's a wood duck. Not in full colors, but a wood duck. But it does look like a male. Looks like a couple mallards, but there's another duck I'd like to see better. And we're going to take a look at it very quickly. I have to lighten it up. I don't know what this is. I think it's a duck, but it might be a grebe. I don't know. Okay. I have a feeling it's a wood duck, but I'm not sure. I'm going to lighten it up a lot. Yes, that's what it looks like, a wood duck. Okay. And in the distance, I saw some other ducks, and they might, I don't know where they are now, but they kind of look like mallards, actually. Don't know where they are. Let me look with binoculars, see if we can find them again. I don't see them. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm going to leave everything in place. That's a pied-billed grebe right there. Okay. Look at me? Don't look at me. Next time we're here, this area is always challenging, especially on a sunny day. Cormorant, the crested cormorant. It's not too far away. Actually, make it two. One just dove. Whoever this is just swam in, flew into view. Oh, just took off. Okay. Okay. Nobody wants to stay in view. Oh, there you go. Again, double-crested cormorant, and there was another one. I don't see it now. I may have. this area, at least, just like last week, is pretty quiet. On a relative basis, it has, you know, the whole time I've ever been coming up here, it's always been quiet here, for, you know, bird-wise. But occasionally we see something really special. Cormorants there. Another cormorant right here, and I'm not sure what else is behind it. Maybe gadwalls? Kind of look like them. Oh, no, there might be. It was in this general stretch here last year that we saw that gorgeous bald eagle that was just perched for a while and just gave us an opportunity to watch. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and here is the tour's official first of the day great blue heron. Hey. But I did see one earlier in flight. Darken up a bit. We're going to keep going though. If that great blue heron were in good light and without vegetation in the way, I would have looked at it more closely. But here's another heron. Not in great light, but I was, oh, did you catch something? But we'll look at it briefly. Now I'll lighten up. And I see a great egret, by the way. Let's look at the egret very quickly. It just had a strike to the water. Don't know if it caught anything. Okay, let's move on. Okay. I deliberately darkened that, so in case anyone wanted. I couldn't tell if it was quite dark enough to be a true silhouette, but so I did. More double-crested cormorants by the looks of things. Hold on one second. A couple of them. Somebody's here, 1 second. Not sure who they are. Wait a minute. Is that a redhead? I think it is. I'm not sure if that's a redhead, but I'll bet it is. If that is. And that does look like one. I'm having a hard time seeing on my little screen here, but I think it is. Both snoozing. So we're going to keep moving. Good to see him. Let me look with binoculars 1 second here. Yeah, I would say redhead. I'm assuming both are. Definitely the one is. And a number of Canada geese here. Let's just take a quick look at them. Oops. Looks like a gull there, kind of being pushed by the breezes behind the vegetation. And it looks like we have at least, well, some double-crested cormorants there in the distance, and another great egret. Those white feathers can be tough to really see detail under sunny conditions, but they do make it easier for us to see them in the first place. Spot. And another great egret, I believe. Take a look in a moment. Better not go any further before the vegetation gets in the way. Hold on 1 second. Right there. Okay. It's just about time to switch cameras and move along, just because we so rarely see anything of interest in this last stretch of Wildlife Drive, for which that we would need this camera that we're looking through at the moment. So yeah, let's switch cameras and drive. Oh, what's that? Looks like not too far from the egret. I didn't see them until now. Let's see if I can get them on screen. A couple of ducks by the looks of it. Not sure what they are. Discern and distinguish. So I'm only so good with bird identification, and one thing I don't like to do is to tell you, name a species and be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. I want to be right. So I'd rather not say anything at all than to just say something and be wrong about it. A big part. Chipmunk, actually. Sounded like one. Okay, I think that is just about it for Wildlife Drive. Last week we did that extra driving to that area where we had never together been before, but I had been once before. And I have a feeling I was actually on the right track for the Sandhill Crane Unit. I may be wrong, but I think I was. But maybe we just didn't go far enough along that dirt road. But I'm not so sure I'm going to go back there today anyway. In fact, unless I hear something, I don't believe I'm going to. I did speak briefly with someone inside the visitor center, and not that I asked specifically about the Sandhill Crane Unit, but the only thing she mentioned were the snow geese. Maybe I don't know if she assumes that all I do is travel Wildlife Drive and nowhere else. I don't know. We did see an osprey there last week. But I haven't seen any ospreys today. Or eagles. I'm not sure when the ospreys will leave the area. I would not be surprised if many of them already have. Maybe most, maybe all, I don't know. But the eagles stay around. Okay, we are on East Road. Welcome. I don't know how far the ospreys migrate. I don't know if they just migrate as far as they have to, just to avoid frozen water so they can fish. I don't know. The eagles, they remain in the area. Maybe they move a little bit if necessary, but bird-wise, it's very quiet here. I haven't heard any birds. I've seen a few monarch butterflies flying around. This far along on East Road, I have yet to see or hear a bird. I may have just seen one. Maybe not. Did I see one? No. Oh, wait. Thought I may have heard one. Oh, I saw a bird. Okay. Hold on one second. And it looked like a northern flicker. And I see now in the air a number of birds. They are not sure what they are. They might be starlings. I think they were. I have to guess at least 30 of them. Just heard a crow. At least that's what it sounded like. like there's... Oh, we just flew across the road. Like a sparrow of some sort, but I didn't get a good look at it. I do see some white down there, and they... Can't tell what they are from here. I also see some sandhill cranes. I may not have to get out of the car today. I don't know. Just heard that crow again. Now I know it's for certain it's a crow. Maybe two, I'm not sure. Vegetation in the way, but so far I don't see anybody in the viewing area. Nope, nobody here. That makes things easier for us. And it is kind of windy, so in a way I don't want to be out there in the wind with the, you know, the wind really hitting the microphone, so I don't mind this. Okay, we'll take a look with the current camera, and then but first I'll look with binoculars. It's mostly Canada geese, but there are apparently quite a few well, a fair number anyway, of sandhill cranes. Not sure what the other white birds are down there. Okay, let me start to get things going so you can see too. Okay, let's take a quick look with this camera. What is that? Is that a great heron? Okay, those are gulls there. I thought I saw some. I think they're all gulls. There may be some. Well, there may be some snow geese there. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. And then, hold on one second here. I hate to see this, a goose that looks like it's limping. Poor thing. I've seen worse, but... So at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and is it 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, quite a few, kind of losing count as to how many sandhill cranes there are down there. You can see there are more over there. And let's look very quickly in the back there, see if there's anything else of interest. Okay, I think we'll switch cameras and we'll take just a closer look at a few things, and then we'll move along, I guess. might say, well, why are we looking as closely as we are? Not that we're looking very, very closely, but why are we looking as closely as we are at the Canada geese? We've seen Canada geese before. That's true, but just in case there's anyone else in there hidden amongst them that maybe we can spot. And it does look like those are snow geese there, I think. I don't believe they're gulls. What is that? Could it be a cormorant? Is it a duck? I don't know. It seems awfully dark. Now, there are some gulls there, too. It could be a lighting trick of some sort. I don't know. I cannot tell what that is. Maybe it is a duck and it's just the way it's being lit. I don't know. Love the sandhill cranes. It's always good to see them. I'd say they do look different than they did in the spring, but some of that could be a lighting issue. Where they were, but I thought I saw a few more of them. Okay, one second. Let me just look with binoculars quickly. That's pretty much it. We've seen just about everything here, at least. We've looked over the areas pretty well. Love that. I'm not really counting them, but there are quite a few sandhill cranes down there. It's good to see them. Wish they were closer. I think I may have just heard an American goldfinch. I'm not sure. That looks like a great blue heron right over there, way back there. There are some ducks down there, and I can't see them and identify them from here. I believe that is that mystery bird, and that does in fact look like a double-crested cormorant. Okay. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't positive. Oh no, maybe that's it there, but I have a feeling that we see one, maybe that's the second one there. That's what I'm guessing it is. Given the color and everything. Okay, I think maybe we'll move on. Just take one more look with binoculars and see if there's anything else I'd like to see and show you. Looks like there might be a great egret out there too. Egret, where are you? I thought I saw one. 1 second. I'm not sure if that's an egret or yeah, I think that is an egret. Okay, couldn't tell. Sometimes, over great distances, colors can get washed out and, almost look like it might have been a great blue heron instead. But I believe that was a great egret. Okay, let's take one more look at the general area of the sandhill cranes. I zoomed in just because I saw that jumping. But maybe there's no more jumping. more than usual. Oh, hold on. I don't know if you can hear them, but I can hear the sandhill cranes. I don't know. I'm looking around to see if there are maybe more cranes coming in, or if that's just maybe the cranes that are down there that were vocalizing. I don't see more cranes coming in, so... Okay, let's look again. Quite a few down there. I'd want to, stop and look at video more closely if I were trying to give you a count, but there are quite a few. I've seen at least 22 of them, I believe. Well, maybe more. Maybe 26. I don't remember if I counted those back there. I don't believe so. Cool. Okay, I think it's time we moved on, though. Oh, did I count? I don't know. I don't know if I counted them or not. Maybe not. I did just hear an American goldfinch. Okay, let's look at a couple other things and then we're going to move on. I'm not sure if that's another egret or the same egret we already saw, quite honestly, because I saw something white in flight, so it may be the same one. A couple ducks behind it. Notice how difficult it is for us to see over these great distances. Oh, the geese are all of a sudden on the move. Someone in a car just pulled up for some reason, and someone's laughing. And are the snow geese in the air? Let me look around, see if with binoculars. There's an eagle in the air, that's why. Our first eagle of the day. I say that's why. I don't know that for certain, but it could very well be why all of a sudden there was all that movement. Sorry, it's not easy for me to stay with it in the car while I'm in the car. If the eagle were in my car, that'd be a different story. I have a feeling that'd be quite the experience, but okay, it's not, really close, so I'm going to look one more time down at the ground, take a look at those snow geese, and then I think we're going to be on our way. Okay, let's move along, I think. Actually, with the naked eye, I don't believe I can even see the eagle. No, I don't. Okay, let's move along. But not too bad. We've been here at other times with more water, and we've seen fewer birds, or at least fewer things of interest, just because, I mean, maybe, sometimes it's not that the birds aren't there, it's that they're not easily seen, or maybe, for instance, it's a lot of great egrets and great blue herons, but nothing else is down there. I guess it all depends on what you want to see at any given time. It's also important. I mean, if you're, obviously, if you're going out and about to see one specific species and you don't happen to see that species, even if you see 50 other species, you might consider it a wasted day. See something? I don't think so, but nope. Okay. In the air, I see a turkey vulture. Oh, wait a minute. And an eagle. The eagle is dropping out of view, I think, right away. Yeah, it just dropped out. The turkey vulture's over here. And the eagle dropped. Oh, there's the eagle. Kind of. Shoot, lost it. Go ahead, go ahead. That's the turkey vulture. Where is the eagle? I don't know if it was the same eagle as the one we were looking at for a bit. Might have been, but I don't know. And now I don't see the eagle, so okay. Flying by just now, or several pigeons. Probably at least 10 or a dozen. Maybe seeing that same turkey vulture right now, about to fly over the road. Lots of activity up ahead. Oh! Oh! I think there was a bird of prey chasing after the... I don't know if they were starlings or what. Shoot. Yeah. Oh, come on, Ferris, come on. Hold on. There they go. There, I see the bird of prey. I don't know if I can... This tree is not going to be helpful to us. And I don't believe it looked like a... I don't think it was a peregrine. It may have been a red-tailed hawk. I'm not sure. I lost sight of it. But it did seem like they were after it a little bit. And maybe it was after them. I don't know. And... Oh, I think I thought probably too far away to show you if that was it at all. But I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe those birds returned to these trees here. I don't know. Okay, let's turn around and continue in a moment. I think I hear a frog. Okay, let's turn around if we can safely and go to Mays Point. once was at home looking at a flock of starlings. It's a little while ago, not too long ago. And I was just hoping to, get a close look at it. And I don't remember if it was while actually filming or later on and looking at what I had recorded, coming to the realization that there was a bird of prey involved also, kind of chasing after them. But I didn't realize at the time, actually I think now that I remember, that it was there. So I never really did a good job getting it all, recorded, unfortunately. But I'd like to do that one of these days. Watch a bird of prey like like either a Cooper's hawk or a peregrine falcon chasing after a flock of birds. I think it would be interesting to see. Pretty quiet here. What I think I will do is we'll turn around up here like we always do, and I will get out of the car, and walk out onto the platform just to see if it's worth our time, and if it is, we'll come back and gather up the gear that's necessary. If not, then we'll move on. Just across the road. I think it was a pigeon. Okay, behind us. Caught sight of it in my mirror. I hear a crow. I may have just seen a gull, but I lost sight of it. Way up high. Park right over here, and like I said, I'm going to go check and see if there's anything of great interest for us to look at, and if there is, I'll come back and get you. If not, we'll go on. Gotta wait for this car to go by. He's been driving around here and doesn't seem to know where he's going. Be right back. not much going on. Heard a couple crows. I saw a number of ducks, maybe mostly mallards. I couldn't tell if there were any other species. So we're going to move on. Left my phone in the car, not a good idea. Some people up on the platform now. Don't know if this is worth the time and effort here. By the looks of it so far, looks like nothing has changed in terms of any kind of water. I think we'll do what we've been doing. Oh, what do I see? I see something in the air. Where is it? I don't see it. Where'd it go? Oh, come on. I saw something in the distance. It looked like it might have been a harrier, but I'm not sure. And now I don't see it. Anyway, I'm going to get out. I'm going to look around and see if... hold on. Like the people up on the tower were looking at something. Maybe not. Okay, let me go look and see if this is worth the stop. There's a turkey vulture. Close enough anyway. Well, it was. It was just there. Sorry. It is breezy. I mean, it's nice conditions for gliding around. Okay, again, let me go look and see if there's anything worth really stopping for. If not, I think we'll pack up and head back to Ithaca. Be right back. Okay, I did see a northern harrier. Other than that, there are a few other birds flying around, but it's really essentially just a field of tall grass. And there's really not much going on here. Oh, I see in the distance something in the air. Look like ducks by the way they're flying, but they're just in the air flying around. Anyway, so I think we're going to pack up, and I will head back to Ithaca as quickly as I can, and we'll resume from there. So let's say roughly 4:30. Okay, about 4:30. One more time, about 4:30. Okay, everybody, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.